Hello everyone, we have already finished 95% of our chapter in previous videos, and we have seen solutions of first three activities 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. Today I am going to discuss two very important activities from board point of view. They are activity 1.7 and 1.9. Activity 1.7 is electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of water is actually electrolytic decomposition of water that you have done in electrolytic decomposition. So when we pass electricity through water, it decomposes into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. When water is heated with the help of electricity, hydrogen gas and oxygen gases are produced. In this reaction, we have taken one reactant and two products are obtained. So, it is the breakdown of one substance by taking heat from electricity and forming water. Now, how this, with the help of apparatus, we will study how this electrolysis is carried out in laboratory. It is a very simple activity where we take one plastic mug, simple mug that you are using in your bathrooms, and we make two holes or drill two holes at its base and fit two rubber corks there. With the help of these rubbers, we fit two electrodes in these two rubbers. Two electrodes are fitted. It is simple rubber. These are two electrodes. We know why do we need electrodes. Electrodes are connected with positive and negative terminals of the battery and they are used to conduct electricity. Now they are connected. Both the electrodes are connected with the help of wires. With the help of wires to a battery, that is 6-volt battery. This one is cathode and this one is positively charged anode. So we can write here it is positive electrode and it is negative electrode. Now we fill water in the mug which completely immerses both the electrodes into it. Or we can say that both the electrodes are completely immersed in water. Then we take two water-filled test tubes and invert them over both the electrodes. With the help of key, when electricity is passed through it, after some time we observe. What is our observation? When electricity is passed through water, water is heated. Here you note down one more thing. In water we add little amount of sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, because acids are good conductors of electricity. Now, after leaving this setup for some time, you will observe small bubbles of gases start forming in both the test tubes in water. Then we find after some time, it is up to this level, it will have hydrogen gas, and on this side, half of the level, it will have oxygen gas. So this hydrogen gas is obtained at the cathode and oxygen gas is obtained at the anode. Now here we have to compare the volume of both the gases. This volume of hydrogen is double to the volume of oxygen. Here see again, when two molecules of water split, they give two molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen. So there is ratio of 2 volume 1 for hydrogen and oxygen gases produced during electrolysis of water. Right? How will you test this gas is hydrogen and this gas is oxygen? With the help of a burning candle, we can test both the gases. When gas is released from this tube and it is exposed to hydrogen, then it burns with pop sound. Candle burns with pop sound. And when burning candle is carried near to the oxygen gas, it does not produce any sound, and we know that oxygen supports burning and candle continues burning. So this is how electrolysis of water is performed, and it is a 3-mark activity for your board exams. Now, we will see another activity, activity 1.9. This activity is iron nails are placed in copper sulfate solution. We know the color of copper sulfate solution is blue, and iron nails, which are cleaned with the sandpaper, and they are without rust, they are grey in color. So when we take one test tube and place iron nails and pour copper sulfate solution. Copper sulfate is blue in color, iron is grey. It should be rust free. Iron should be rust free. It should be cleaned with sandpaper before experiment. Copper sulfate. Now, what will happen? Here we see that copper is less reactive than iron. So, iron displaces copper from it, will form iron sulfate. FeSO4 plus copper is displaced because copper is less reactive. Copper is less reactive. Now, here we obtain a brown deposit. Brown deposit of copper on the iron nails, and iron forms ferrous sulfate, which is dirty green in color. So when color of the copper sulfate solution, blue copper sulfate solution, when changes its color to dirty green, that means iron sulfate or ferrous sulfate has formed. In the same time, you will observe when we take a test tube, keep 2 nails into it, completely immersed in copper sulfate solution, CuSO4, and these are both are iron nails. After some time, this blue color of copper sulfate changes to dirty green, and on the surface of iron nails you will find a brown deposit. This reaction takes 15 to 20 minutes to give the result of deposition of copper on the iron nail. So what is the type of reaction? Type of reaction is, because iron is displacing copper, it is a displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. It is an example of color change also. When we study characteristics of chemical reactions, there is one point, change in color. Change in color means the color of reactants are different from the color of products. So here it is, what is the characteristic showing here? This equation shows example of change of color. So you can write this equation in example at 2 places for displacement reaction as well as for the change of color. This activity is another very important activity which is framed in different types of questions and asked in board exams. Activity 1.10. In this activity, 2 solutions are taken and both the solutions are transparent, colorless. clear solutions are made in water, and when both the solutions are mixed, then we'll see what happens. Barium chloride solution, aqueous solution of barium chloride is mixed in the aqueous solution of sodium sulfate. These are two compounds, barium chloride and sodium sulfate, which are mixed with each other. Both of them are clear solution, and when they are passed through, when they are mixed in a test tube, we obtain white PPT. That is, white precipitate of barium sulfate and sodium chloride is formed. So, two compounds are exchanging their ions. Barium sulfate, sodium chloride. Two compounds are exchanging their ions, and it is forming solid, it is forming aqueous, and this is called double displacement reaction. Right? What is the other feature of this activity? What other feature you can make out from this activity? That feature is formation of precipitate. In this reaction, white PPT is formed. So, formation of PPT, that means it is a precipitation reaction. So, this equation shows double displacement reaction and precipitation reaction, both the characteristics. Now, class, in previous video we discussed 3 activities and 3 in this. All these 6 activities are very important. One activity, that is left 1.11, that was discussed in the video of a redox reaction when copper is heated in china dish in the presence of air, and when hydrogen gas is passed over it. That is the clue to the activity. You can see in the previous part, full explanation of this activity is given. Keep watching, keep working hard, children. Thank you.